here at Pikes Peak International Raceway. You see Pikes Peak in the background there, and it's so cool to be in Colorado. So we're waiting at the track Saturday morning, and we get here bright and early, and we got no car. The truck and trailer broke down in the middle of nowhere in New Mexico somewhere. So a lot of things had to happen yesterday and late last night, but the rig should be pulling in here any minute. Anybody who knows me, that is not Showtime's way. We are usually pride ourselves in being buttoned up, but hey, what are you going to do about fate? You know, we got it here, the car was prepped, ready to go. The question is, what car's in that transporter? Oh, wow. We brought the Evo to Pikes Peak. It's the only one I got left. Number one, because our Camaro was broken and it wasn't ready to go. And number two, we just felt that the Evo was going to be a pretty strong contender here because we're up at 5,400 feet elevation. And a turbocharged car should perform well up here compared to other LS motors that are normally aspirated. Cool. You know, that satin black wrap that we put on it was really cool. The guys did a really good job on it. We cleaned it up and, you know, it really showed well. I like it a lot better than the stock white color that we had. We're not supposed to have race cars here, but you know what? It looked like a race car. That's street legal. When you look at an Evo, it's a four-door sedan. I mean, it looks like kind of a mom's car. It's cool in some respects of all the little cosmetic things that we've done to it and aero things that we've done to it. But in the end, it's a four-door sedan. And when you line it up next to a cool, low-slung Datsun Z car from the 70s, you know, with big fat meats all the way around, and it's got an LS motor in it, you're going, oh, well, that Evo doesn't stand a chance against that car. You look at a bitchin' yellow Corvette you start it up and it's just bad to the bone from the beginning. You look at that car, you go, oh, that Evo doesn't stand a chance against that car. And then when you put it on the track and you realize, uh-oh, I'm in for a dogfight.
Well, that's one of the great things about this series. That's what we love, is you can come out here and see not only decades worth of cars, but so many different makes and models worth of cars, all set up differently, but all with the same goal.
You have a lot of different solutions that people are bringing to the track. You got Rich Willoff.
Well, I keep telling everybody that the only thing left stock on that car is the paint and the passenger seat. It has been a work in progress. Carrie and I bought that car virtually new, and it's been a 8-year deal. It's got a K-Tech Motorsports, about 700 horse track attack motor in it. Carbon fiber rear deck lid, Lexan window, LG carbon fiber hood, big radiator. I mean, it's literally got everything that you want to be able to come out here and be competitive and keep the car safe.
He's got all the tools, all the components to do well. You have David Carroll in his Datsun Z car.
Having the older car of the bunch, you could say 40 plus years old, definitely makes it difficult to compete with this high level of competition. You know, you got an all-wheel drive Evo that's pushing 500 plus horsepower, turboed, so he's not really losing a lot of horsepower up in high altitudes. And then you have Rich that has really good tires and huge horsepower, and then he has a modern car. I mean, both of these other cars are modern, and then you have a 40-year-old Z that's trying to compete.
And that car's really fast, and he's a really good driver, especially an autocrosser. And then we bring our Evo, which is totally out in left field, but has proven over the years to be very competitive when it comes to this type of racing.
The biggest battle is between the Evo and the Datsun, to be honest with you. One of us is going to go to OUSCI this weekend, and Rich with the Corvette already has the win, so he's going automatically.
We hoped that it was fast rolling right off the trailer because you know what? It had to be. The first thing that I wanted to do when the car rolled off the trailer and we got the event started, I rolled the car right over to design and engineering. I wanted everything to be fresh in my mind, and I wanted the car to look fresh. The car scored 75 points in New Jersey. Now granted, the horn didn't work, and that's a big no-no. And the trunk wasn't finished. And the car comes that way from the factory. The carpet's out of it. It's supposed to be the most lightweight car that you could get at the time from Mitsubishi. Totally cleaned up the engine bay, repainted the engine bay, went with Aero-Quip lines and hoses, and made significant improvements in the engine bay of the car, as well as all the other improvements that we made in the car in the past, hoping to get more than 75 points. And we fixed the horn. Nice. I had my cheat sheet of all the improvements that we made to the car, as well as all the equipment that was on the car. So a lot of different modifications to dress it up and also be a lot more functional. JRI shocks all the way around, pack springs all the way around. We got anodized radiator as well as intercooler to match everything. That used to be, you know, just gray. Yeah, one of the cool things is that the Evo that we have is underweight, so we have to add weight to it.
What do we have to be?
3058.
That's what we have to be?
Yeah, we're just right there. And which is really cool because we can put weight where we want it. Low in the car, I sit on the left side, we could put weight on the right side to help balance it out so your corner weights are all balanced out as best you can. And one of the things that we leave in the car is a spare tire, and I mentioned it to the judges. And we actually had to add carpeting to the trunk of the Evo because from the factory it didn't come carpeted. Most people take the spare out because that's weight. We added it in, we mounted it in there so it wouldn't come loose, and they wanted to see it. And we lifted up the carpet and there it was. And they were kind of shocked to see the spare tire sitting there. It's in there. And we started from the front bumper to the rear bumper. I teach walk-arounds for a living. I have a company that teaches car salesmen on how to present a car to a customer. So I should be really good at what we do here when it comes to design and engineering. You never know with a Japanese car, you know, a lot of the guys like to see American muscle, that type of thing, and so do I. But I also like the Evo, and with all the changes we made to it, the wrap, the pieces underneath the hood and changing the hood, I think they got it all, and I used up my whole time limit to talk about the car. So, you know, we'll see. I hope it scores well. It should do a lot better than it did in New Jersey. Everything worked, lights, backup lights, horn, everything. So hopefully it'll score well, we'll see. The car is really, really fun to drive. It's got launch control and it's like you're just shot out of a cannon.